Hi there guys, I hope you're having a good day. Now, there has been some back and forth between Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte, and I mean, it's not getting out of hand, it's kind of fun to watch them going back and forth, but there is a lot going on Twitter between these two. Now, obviously, they're going back and forth saying that Dillian Whyte has never fought anyone like a world champion, he's never been world champion, that is what Tyson Fury is saying, and Dillian Whyte listed his last 10 opponents, and then Tyson Fury's last 10 opponents, saying that they are not on the same level. Now, what is striking about that is, on Tyson Fury's resume, he has Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder twice. But other than that, he has Derek Chisora, which is a good win. But apart from those 4 names on his last 10 fights, he doesn't really have the same level as Dillian Whyte. Now, Dillian Whyte doesn't have really any A-level fighters like a Vladimir Klitschko, and I guess you could say Deontay Wilder, because he was unbeaten WBC world champion. So Tyson Fury has 2 A-level fighters on his list. Dillian Whyte, does he have 1? Maybe Joseph Parker, because he was a world champion. So you could say maybe that Joseph Parker is an A-level fighter, especially considering that Dillian Whyte beat him. So that's an A-level fighter maybe on Dillian Whyte's resume, an A-, we'll say. So Dillian Whyte has the better depth, I would say, but I'd say that Tyson Fury has the better A-level fighters on his resume, and I guess that kind of almost evens them up. And realistically, you can't go back saying, you fought this guy, you fought that guy, I beat this guy, I knocked Chisora out, you battered him over a couple of rounds but had to be stopped on his feet. But that doesn't change anything. What will change anything is when they get in the ring. That is when the important stuff happens. Because, I mean, Derek Chisora could, for instance, have beaten Tyson Fury, and Dillian Whyte could have beaten him twice and knocked him out in that fashion in the second fight. And Tyson Fury could still beat Dillian Whyte, because styles make fights. I'm not saying that Tyson Fury is going to beat Dillian Whyte, but I just mean that styles make fights, and you can't really go off previous opponents and say, this guy's better because of that. Now, you can say that maybe Dillian Whyte has better depth in his resume. You can say that Tyson Fury has fought more world champions, which he has, and you can say that Tyson Fury has more A-level opponents on his resume, which he has. So it's kind of apples and oranges. You don't really know which side you come down on, because you can say that, as I said, Dillian Whyte has the better depth in his resume, whereas Tyson Fury has the better world champions and A-level fighters. So we can go back and forth all we want. The only way we are going to see who is the better fighter is if they get in the ring and fight, which they are going to have to in February 2021. Maybe it will be put back a month or 2, because obviously Tyson Fury has to deal with Deontay Wilder in November or December. So it will be put back a bit maybe, but ultimately Dillian Whyte must have his opportunity at the WBC world title. And I have to say, I do like what Dillian Whyte is doing. He is intentionally winding up Tyson Fury, because what has happened with Dillian Whyte over the past couple of years is the WBC have put him aside, and maybe it is because Dillian Whyte gets on and just fights. He'll fight anyone, and he fights genuine top 10 opponents, even though he is ranked number 1 by the WBC. And how many mandatories or top 5 heavyweights go and fight 50-50 fights every single time? They don't do it. Dillian Whyte is the only one currently in this heavyweight division that does that. So if Dillian Whyte will quietly go and fight 50-50 fights and wait for his opportunity, then the WBC will continue to sideline him, essentially. So Dillian Whyte keeps fighting these fights, but not in world title fights, even though they are worthy of that. Still, what he needs to do now maybe is talk a bit more, maybe speak his mind, because while Dillian Whyte has always done that, he's always been respectful to the WBC. Maybe that's not working, so trash talk the WBC world champion. I know he done it with Deontay Wilder, but nothing like this where there has been an engagement between the two and a back and forth. So I do like what Dillian Whyte is doing, because there is going to be big public demand for this fight, for the press conferences, for the whole story. And that is what Dillian Whyte is selling by doing this and having this back and forth with Tyson Fury on Twitter. So well done, Dillian Whyte. He is doing the right thing, I believe, because I think it's time that Dillian Whyte spoke up and just says his mind, just speaks his mind, because there's no point in just quietly going and fighting 50-50 fights that are worthy of world championship fights and not getting rewarded by the governing body that he is being loyal to. And as I said, it's building a story and a narrative for this fight to happen. Dillian Whyte is mandatory, so Tyson Fury must fight him unless he wants to vacate. So that has been confirmed by the WBC, that Tyson Fury must fight Dillian Whyte before Anthony Joshua. So the ball is in Tyson Fury's court. After he beats Deontay Wilder, which I believe he will do, he must fight Dillian Whyte. And Dillian Whyte is making sure that Tyson Fury is thinking about Dillian Whyte, and that fight will be coming. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.